Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into a subject that might make you want to hold on to your wallets a little tighter: charity scandals. Yes, that's right, those organizations with heartwarming commercials and missions to save the world. Turns out sometimes it's not all puppies and rainbows. From embezzling CEOs who treat donation boxes like their personal piggy banks to organizations spending your hard-earned money on, let's say, questionable items, we're going deep into the underbelly of the non-profit world. Buckle up, because things are about to get disheartening, infuriating, and maybe even a little bit hilarious.
Let's start with a name, a name synonymous with disaster relief, a name whispered with reverence in hushed tones: the Red Cross. Now, I'm not saying they're out there twisting mustaches and hoarding canned goods, but their handling of the 2010 Haiti earthquake relief effort, let's just say it deserves a closer look, preferably with one eyebrow raised skeptically. After the devastating earthquake in Haiti, donations poured in for the Red Cross, over $500 million. To be vaguely precise, that's enough money to build a golden bridge to hope, or at least a few sturdy, earthquake-proof homes. So, what did they do with all that cash? Well, buckle up, because the Red Cross's explanation was essentially, we helped, just not in any way you can easily track or quantify. They built a handful of permanent homes, 6 to be exact, which is less impressive than it sounds when you consider the scale of the devastation. The rest, they claim, went to other projects, which frankly, is about as comforting as a Band-Aid on a compound fracture.
Next up, we travel across the pond to the UK, where a charity called Kids Company captured hearts and wallets with their mission to help vulnerable children. They held star-studded fundraisers, rubbed shoulders with politicians, and generally gave off an aura of "we're doing important work, trust us," and trust them we did. The British government, feeling generous, showered them with millions of pounds, seemingly without asking too many pesky questions about how the money was being spent. But then the music stopped. Kids Company imploded faster than a souffle in a wind tunnel, amidst allegations of financial mismanagement so egregious they could make your hair spontaneously combust. It turned out that instead of, helping kids, they were allegedly using funds for extravagant staff salaries, lavish parties, and even personal loans for employees. Remember those vulnerable children they were supposed to be helping? Yeah, turns out they weren't exactly the top priority.
Now let's talk about a scandal that hits close to home, literally. The Wounded Warrior Project, an organization dedicated to helping injured veterans, seemed like the definition of a worthy cause. They tugged at our heartstrings, they showed us images of brave soldiers struggling to adjust to civilian life, and we opened our wallets, eager to help. But then, some brave whistleblowers stepped forward and said, "Hold on a minute, something's not right here." It turned out that the Wounded Warrior Project was spending a shocking amount of money on themselves. We're talking lavish conferences in 5-star resorts, first-class flights, and parties that would make a Roman emperor blush. This wasn't just a case of a few bad apples, it seemed like the entire organization was rotten to the core. The public outcry was swift and severe, leading to the ouster of top executives and a pledge to reform. But the damage was done. The trust, once so freely given, had been shattered. Okay folks, strap in, because this next one is a real doozy. The Cancer Fund of America, a name that alone inspires a certain level of trust and empathy, turned out to be a scam of epic proportions. We're talking Bernie Madoff levels of audacity, except instead of targeting wealthy investors, they preyed on people's compassion for cancer patients. This charity raised over $187 million with promises of helping cancer patients with everything from transportation to pain medication. But here's the kicker: almost none of that money actually went to the people who needed it most. Instead, the founders and their families treated the charity like their personal slush fund, spending donations on vacations, cars, jewelry, and even dating services. Yes, you heard that right. They were literally swiping right on love using money meant for cancer patients. Thankfully, the jig was up when the FTC and law enforcement shut them down. But the fact that they were able to operate for so long is a stark reminder that not all charities are created equal.
Finally, we arrive at a scandal that rocked the international aid community to its core: the Oxfam sexual misconduct scandal. Oxfam, a global organization fighting poverty and injustice, was supposed to be the good guy, the knight in shining armor coming to the rescue. But it turned out that some of those knights were, well, not so shining after all. Allegations surfaced that Oxfam staff, including senior officials, had sexually exploited vulnerable women and girls in Haiti and other countries where they were working. We're talking about people who were supposed to be helping others, using their positions of power to take advantage of those in need. It was a gut-wrenching betrayal of trust that sent shockwaves through the charity sector. Oxfam, once held up as a beacon of hope, was suddenly facing a crisis of its own making. The scandal led to resignations, investigations, and a lot of soul-searching within the organization and the wider aid community. It was a stark reminder that even in the most well-intentioned of sectors, power can corrupt, and the vulnerable are always at risk.
Well, there you have it, a whirlwind tour of some of the most jaw-dropping charity scandals in recent memory. It's enough to make you want to build a bunker, hoard your cash, and never trust another soul again. But before you swear off charity altogether, remember this. For every rotten apple, there are countless organizations and individuals doing incredible work, making a real difference in the world. These scandals should serve as a wake-up call, a reminder to be vigilant, to ask tough questions, and to hold charities accountable. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about protecting our wallets, it's about ensuring that our hard-earned money actually reaches those who need it most. Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. Let us know in the comments which scandal shocked you the most.